back to Wilson's Wild Ride, where we do all things RV and travel. And today we're going to talk about all the you RV newbies out there. And we were in your spot last year, so it's only been a year for us. We have a list of things that new RV owners do not need, and they get wrapped up in YouTube videos and posts on Facebook and all of that, and they just don't need the stuff that they think they're going to need. We are going to go over that, but first, please subscribe if you like these things. Please hit that notification and leave us a comment. We would really appreciate it. And up next, I'm going to start with the one that is my pet peeve, was these expensive hangers. These little hangers that we watched the videos and everything. Oh, you have to get these hangers. You got to get these hangers because your clothes will fall off. Your clothes will fall off, and when you get to where you're going, they'll all be on the floor, and that's just not simply the case at all.
Well, in fact, whenever you try to take your shirt, like t-shirts or something hanging up, you can't hardly get them off.
Yeah, it's hard to get.
I have broken this off trying to get it off of there.
You can definitely use a regular hanger.
Absolutely.
You can definitely use a regular hanger. So that one is kind of like just my little like, oh, why did we buy so many of those hangers? We just really didn't need them. Okay. The second thing, all the plastic bins for organizing.
Oh yeah.
No, I don't need all these organizing plastic bins. I guess if you're a really organized person, but let me ask you something. Okay, so if you're a full-timer, were you this organized in sticks and bricks?
Yeah, good point.
Because all the plastic bins and things, a lot of them didn't fit. I bought so many plastic bins that I eventually had, when we took a trip home, I just piled them up and gave them to my kids because I didn't need them all. Stuff didn't fall. I mean, it does fall. I'm not saying it doesn't, but like, it was fine. It wasn't hard. It wasn't like I needed those things. So I just think all the over plastic bins, you know what I wish we had done first? I really wish that we had gotten these shelves.
Oh, the pull-out
shelves.
Yeah,
I wish we had gotten the pull-out shelves first.
They are great.
Yep.
They are great.
That's what I wish we had spent the money on. I feel like I spent $150 on plastic bins.
Yeah.
And I didn't need
we
those.
Don't have.
When I should have spent the $150 on the pull-out shelving.
Mm-hmm.
But who was to know? And the other thing is, not the plastic bins, but command hooks. Those are the things you're going to need.
Yeah.
Command hooks, tons of command hooks. Like, all I needed was my command hooks because I can hang everything in.
Yep. We even hung our.
I hung my keys in.
Well, we hung during Christmas. We hung our wreath out on the front door with one.
Yep, that's true. And then our lights inside, we've hung the command hooks. The command hooks, I mean, they have so many different kinds, and so
yeah,
I would stick
really
to
do.
the command hooks. And the last thing that was on my really was the water filter.
Oh yeah.
So, what's the water filter outside?
So we have one of those inline filters that just screws right into the spigot, you know, and then the other thing screws into your hose, and then it comes on into the trailer. We have it now, and like if you're full time, I could see the reason for that, to help keeping lime buildup or stuff like that on in your pipes.
Because you're still not going to drink the water. When you put that filter on there, you're not going to drink that water. It doesn't taste good.
No. And I could also see it as if you're wanting to maybe preserve the inside of your hot water.
That's if you're a full timer.
If you're just doing this on the weekends and stuff like that, I would. if you're buying a camper today and you're wanting to go camping this weekend, that should not be at the top of your list.
No, but what you could do, and I know that people have that Berkey water filter, and it's beautiful. It's a beautiful system. It's also extremely expensive.
Right.
So I never got it because I just got big 5-gallon, or not 5-gallon, but I was getting gallon
1 gallon, yep.
jugs. But then I did see a link on one of the RV website or one of the RV Facebook pages, and they had this. Guys, this is our water pump. It's a 5-gallon jug. I just got this off Amazon. It was $11. That was it. And it works fantastic. I actually am really, really excited about it because if you just do this, that's it. Comes with a little adapter so you can charge it, and that's it. And the 5-gallon lasts us a pretty good bit, and so does the battery on that is up to 4 hours. So that was $11. So all you get is your 5 gallons, and you do this little pump. It's perfect.
And the thing of it is you can go to anywhere to get to real. I mean, Walmart. I mean, any place has the water, and you buy it by the gallon. It's like
it's 25 cents for a gallon.
Yeah.
So it's so much cheaper.
So $1.25, and that thing's filled up.
Right. Yeah. And I mean it's not the silver beautiful one, but I think this really works. I like it a lot. Okay. So you want to go to the next thing?
Yes.
The new mattress.
Yeah. So when you purchase a new travel trailer, fifth wheel, what have you, the mattress sucks. I mean, they just do.
Well, it really wasn't that bad, but you thought it was bad.
I didn't like it.
I mean, I've heard people just get angry about it. They hate it so much.
But you don't necessarily need to run out and spend $1,000 on a new mattress.
I think a lot of people don't try it. I think that they don't try the mattress right away. We did sleep on it. We did sleep on it regular, and then decided we got kind of an expensive topper.
Yep.
It's like at least this bit thick.
It's like 3 inches.
Yeah. So it was like $100 for the topper, and it's been fine. So,
it's comfortable.
Yeah, I think that we've been on it for a year, and I think it's comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you're a bigger person, lengthwise and width, whatever, if you're just a bigger person, that mattress that comes with your RV probably isn't for you, because a lot of people that have that kind of weight on them can't handle it. And I understand that. But if you are just regular weekend people, you do not need to change that mattress. People get so crazy about changing out the mattress, and you just really need a topper. You get a nice thick topper. All right, so okay, on to the next thing.
So the next thing is the 50 amp to 30 amp adapter. Now, if you have a 50 amp travel trailer or fifth wheel, whatever, I personally would not recommend buying the 50 to 30 amp adapter. And the reason I say that is when you make reservations, like if you're going to be going somewhere these days, you're not going to just pull up and expect a spot, right? So you're going to need to make reservations. And when you do that, most of these travel trailers and stuff that come with 50 amp, there's a reason. So we have 2 air conditioners, and we also have other appliances. On a very first camping trip out, the campground that we went to, they had 30 amp. I didn't know any better, so I purchased this adapter. When we got there, we got everything hooked up. We watched a bunch of YouTube stuff. Anyway, we got all fixed up and turned on the air conditioners. It was 5 minutes at most, and we tripped the breaker. Well, that stopped power to like 6 campers that way. And it just so happened one of the campers that it knocked power out was one of the camp hosts. So immediately he knew that we had just gotten there, and so he assumed, and he assumed correct, that it was us that did that. And so he come down there to check, and sure enough, I went out there and he explained that to me, that you can only run one air conditioner. I didn't know. It was my first time out, right? So what I'm saying is
so we've only used it
two times. Two times in a year. And
how much did it cost?
I don't even remember, and I don't even want to think about it, because
I have to look that up.
Yeah, I don't want to think about that, because that was money wasted. Because whenever we go places, and we've been across the country twice in 1 year, and we used it 2 times during that time, and I haven't used it since.
Right.
So what I would not recommend getting it, because when you make your reservations, you're going to be asking for, do you guys have any 50 amp spots? And 9 times out of 10 they do. Full hookup, 50 amp.
Right.
And so that thing's been sitting in that little plastic bin in our dry well ever since.
Yeah, that was probably an expensive get.
So here is that 30 to 50 amp adapter that we were talking about. That's the 30 amp male end, 50 amp female end. And like I said, we only used it twice. Still has the tags and everything still on it, and the thing's over a year old. So just wanted to show you exactly what I was talking about.
Okay, on to the next one. This one is funny.
Oh my goodness.
Walkie-talkies.
Yep.
They told it, everybody was like, oh, you got to get walkie-talkies, you got to get walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
First of all, when he said we need to get walkie-talkies, I was like, I am not 12. Why do I need walkie-talkies?
Everybody has these days.
Yeah. Yeah, we have these. So walkie-talkies, I guess, was for backing up your trailer.
Right.
So what we do is and the funny thing is I got this off of not the walkie-talkie thing, I got this little off of a YouTube too, is I just call him.
Yeah.
I just call him.
And the truck has Bluetooth.
And tell him how to go.
Right. So the truck has Bluetooth. I'm able to keep both hands on my wheel instead of holding a walkie-talkie with one hand and the wheel with the other. I'm able to have both hands on the wheel. I'm able to, so it's actually a safer thing to do is use your phone.
Use your phone. Just call them, help them back it in, and you don't need the walkie-talkie expense or the walkie-talkie. Where are you gonna? What else are you doing with it? I don't know. I don't know what else you're doing with it. As much as people want to convince you that you need all this stuff, and a lot of those people I'm talking about are the dealers and the dealerships.
Oh yeah. That have it in their store there.
Right.
Oh, we're gonna give you 10% off.
Because when you buy we do, the 10% off. When you buy your travel trailer, you're going to go into their little travel trailer store, and they're going to give you a list of things that you need to get. And there's so many things on that list you do not need.
No, you don't.
And luckily, we had done our homework ahead of time, because they gave us this list of things that they wanted us to buy from them, and Wilson had done his homework and had his list of stuff that he knew he needed from doing all the homework.
Yep.
And doing his due diligence, and then they did not like the fact that we were, coming in there with our list. But that's where the pressure comes from, first and foremost. Other than that, you do get, when you're first doing this, you do get overwhelmed with all the videos that you watch and all the information that you absorb, because you want to do this right. It's a big expense, and this is a big deal if something bad happens. So we both understand the full getting all that information
right
is a lot.
And even though I did do a lot of homework, I was still suckered into some of those things.
Yeah.
Her and I both, we were suckered into some of those things that you really don't need. And
the last but not least, this is something that we did get suckered into.
Yes,
and
we did.
it was the Wii Boost.
Yep, and we also sent it back.
We did send it back. The Wii Boost. No, it
never really worked right. I mean, it doesn't. It's supposed to strengthen your cell phone signal. It's supposed to strengthen the campground's Wi-Fi. It did none of that.
Right. It did not.
It
It
absolutely
was supposed
did
to
none
be
of that.
able to make you, and the guy was very convincing. It was supposed to be, you were supposed to be able to be the one person in the park that's going to suck up all the power.
You'll get all the power, and everybody around you will be struggling and to stream Hulu or whatever, and you'll be able to play your video games.
And if
that's
one
not
of you
true.
loves your Wii Boost, I am happy for you, but I'd love to hear about it because
please comment.
we didn't, and our friends that got an RV last
They didn't
year,
like theirs either.
they sent theirs back also. So it was just one of those things that was a big expense. Luckily, we returned it. Amazon's really good about that. That was the one thing we did not buy from the dealer.
Right.
And we would have bought it
Almost
because they were out of stock.
Right.
Maybe we just thought that it was going to be way better than it was, but you're going to have to find out your own thing for internet.
Right.
So the next video will tell you what you do need for real, like the things that are a must.
A must.
Okay. Well, thanks for watching Wilson's Wild Ride.
And don't forget to enjoy the ride.